This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
How the community has helped lift healthcare workers up during the pandemic. Our 1 Year Later series continues next. Hi everyone, I'm Ken Karen. I'm ready for some local information. I hope you are too. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get to it. As healthcare workers have been fighting the pandemic, they've grown closer together and they've felt every thank you from the community. In fact, they say you'll never know how much that slice of pizza, those words of encouragement, or those drive-by parades of cars and emergency vehicles really meant. Our Lisa Sugar continues our COVID-19 1 Year Later series with Jody Shigo, the Director of Patient Services at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton, and Dr. Anthony Valent, Lehigh Valley Hazleton's Chief Medical Officer.
People always knew the job that everyone at the first responders, the medical staff did, but I think they appreciated it a lot more. What would you have to say now about all those things that came together from the community, from the donations and the people that were wishing you well and showing you support through all of this?
They really rallied behind the hospital and the members of the healthcare community. It was just so heartwarming. We got flowers, as you said, we got food anonymously donated to us. We had high school students organize a drive-by, and then they fed the entire hospital on their own. It was amazing.
Yeah, I think it were three high school kids organized that, and they literally fed the whole hospital. They went around, they got food donated. And I'm not being facetious, nor is Jody. They fed the entire facility.
Yep.
Just incredible. A couple high school kids. So it shows you some character there. For that young age to pull that off. A lot of character.
But what would you want to say to them that really stepped up to the plate, because this was truly a community effort to make sure you guys were able to do your job and the excellent job that you did do to keep this community safe?
Words of thanks just is not enough. I mean, we can't say thank you enough, because we were at a very low point caring for all these patients, and our community really rallied around us. So to say thank you for me just doesn't seem like it's enough. They will never know what they did for, and I apologize for being emotional, but they'll never know what they did for our emotional well-being. Amazing.
I'll be very honest with you. I would cry in my office, and I'm not ashamed of that. But the one day I was in my office, and John Fletcher, his office is kind of right next to mine. He said, "Come on out here. You got to see this." And we walked right outside the side door of the hospital by the annex, and then over as you get closer to the hospital, where I don't know what entrance it would be. It'd be kind of like a back entrance to the hospital. There were a couple of elementary school kids drawing on the sidewalk a thank you note. And again, I can hardly get the words out right now, but just watching them do that, it was just an incredible boost. They'll never know, what they did that day and how it helped a lot of people. They're just there because they're so young, but it was just wonderful. Just the one I can remember it like it was yesterday.
Many of us took for granted, including myself. You just expect the doctors and nurses to be there and do their job, but what you did was amazing and continues to be amazing. So I say thank you for the great work that you have done and continue to do. And Dr. Valent, I guess we'll end this with, we hope that this will be the downswing now of this, and it'll go away and never return. But is the hospital or our medical providers everywhere now better prepared because of COVID-19, if anything like this, God forbid, ever happens again?
The old adage, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. I mean, it's kind of cliche, but it's actually a very useful topic to bring up here, because it truly does. I think we're all stronger because of what we went through. And certainly, it's nothing that anybody has gone through for over 100 years, if you think about it. So I think it certainly made us stronger. I think it allows us to have a lot more respect for each other. I know I certainly look at as much respect as I had for our staff. I have 10 times that much respect now. And, it's like any other team, the tighter the bond between you, whether it's a sports team or it's a military team or whatever, the tighter the bond between you, the better work you can do. And so I think aside from the processes that were put in place and whatever, now we've leveraged telemedicine more than we did before. I mean, that's all great. But the real I think, aspect of this that is most important is how it's given everybody a whole nother level of respect for each other, because everybody had each other's back and we're all worried about each other and trying to do whatever we had to do to protect each other. And it's just a great feeling to know that you have that camaraderie, if you will. And I don't think there's a price you can put on that. And I don't think that can be measured with any, type of a metric or what have you. But believe me, it's there.
Today's news feature is brought to you by Hampton Inn by Hilton Hazleton. Looking for a night away in the Cunningham Valley? Book your stay vacation today at Hampton Inn by Hilton Hazleton by calling 570-454-3449.
Thank you, Lisa, and we have more important information about the pandemic coming your way on an all-new San Luis Sancho. Sam talks with Lehigh Valley Health Network President and CEO Dr. Brian Nestor and John Fletcher, the Senior Vice President of the network and the President of Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton. They discuss how LVHN is handling the pandemic, COVID-19 vaccine safety and supply, and a little bit about the business side of the network. Watch this new San Luis Sancho here on SSPTV, on SSPTV.com, and on the SSPTV YouTube channel. The Monterey area girls basketball team lost in the AA state semifinals. Here's the SSPTV standard speaker scoreboard. Mount Carmel beat the Lady Bears 52-33. Monterey area ends another great season with another District 11 championship and another deep run in the state tournament.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service on Wednesday. A chance of showers, mostly cloudy skies with a high in the 50s. Wednesday night, there's a slight chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a low in the 40s. Thursday is partly sunny with a high in the 60s. Thursday night, showers likely, mostly cloudy with a low in the 50s. Friday, showers are likely. It will be mostly cloudy with a high in the 60s. Friday night, mostly cloudy with a low in the 40s. Saturday, it's sunny with a high in the 50s. And Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low near 40 degrees. Coming up, how a singing competition will help a group help foster kids who are abused and neglected. And in sports, I talk with Tamaqua area's Nate Wickersham, who won a bronze medal at the State Wrestling Championships.
The United Way of Greater Hazleton will be doing a homebound delivery community Easter dinner on March 31st. Anyone wishing to have the delivery must RSVP by March 24th by calling 211. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Magdalene Evanchko, age 93 of Sandy Run. Friends may call Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the McNulty Funeral Home. Joseph L. Ferry, age 87 of Drums. A burial service will be held on Wednesday at 11 a.m. at St. Gabriel's Cemetery. The Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Bruce D. Hoffman, age 75 of Weatherly. Services will be private under the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Stephen C. Williams, age 52 of Whitehaven. Friends may call Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. at the McNulty Funeral Home. And Edward Butch Zimnitsky, age 78 of Brandonville. Services will be private under the Orovitz Funeral Home in Shenandoah. Today's social and obituary report is brought to you by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory. Call 570-788-0977 or go to harmonfuneral.com.